Welcome to an impactful edition of Celebrity Myxer. I'm your host, Alexus Renée, and today's episode is all about Black History Month. Now, we know February is well known for that, of course, but we're going to put a little razzle-dazzle on it, and we're going to switch it up and call it Black Excellence Month. So make sure you stay tuned for the celebration. So before we get into the program, we wanted to pay homage to some of our traditional leaders that without their great work and tremendous sacrifice, we would not be where we are in today's society, such as Harriet Tubman, Nelson Mandela, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Malcolm X. Speaking of Malcolm X, he's going to be the first person we're going to highlight today. So Malcolm X was an advocacy for Black empowerment and nationalism. Malcolm X was a prominent figure in the civil rights movement, advocating for Black empowerment, self-sufficiency, and a strong sense of Black identity. He was also known for his eloquent and passionate speeches that challenged the mainstream of civil rights movements, emphasis on nonviolent protests. So guys, this is one of my favorite quotes from Malcolm X. We are nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. Concerning nonviolence, it is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself when he is the constant victim of brutal attacks. There is nothing in our book, the Quran, that teaches us to suffer peacefully. Our religion teaches us to be intelligent. Love it. So what I take from that quote, guys, is that he wasn't advocating for violence. He simply was saying, hey, if you attack me, I have every right to defend myself. And anyone does. So that's why I can agree with that quote. And that's why it's one of my favorites. So our next highlight goes to Shirley Chisholm, who was a politician, educator, and author. She also was the first African-American woman elected to the United States Congress. Also, she was the first African-American candidate for a major party's nomination for President of the United States in 1972. Inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1993. Okay, girl. She was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2015 by President of the United States, Barack Obama. So speaking of Obama, he'll be the next one we're going to highlight. Obama actually served as the first African-American president. And don't we all wish he could serve again? Because I know I do. Okay. And then also, he was the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review. So something else Obama did while in office, in 2010, he enacted the Affordable Care Act, often referred to as Obamacare, as we all know, designed to increase health insurance quality and affordability, reduce the cost of healthcare, and lower the uninsured rate by expanding insurance coverage. All right, guys, so our last highlight of the day goes to Garrett Morgan, and he actually is the inventor of the gas mask. In 1914, he patented the safety hood as well as the smoke protector, which allowed firefighters and other rescue workers to breathe safely in smoke-filled rooms. And in 1923, he created the traffic signal. Who would have thunk it? He created this to make sure the roads were safe, but years later, they're using it to give us red light tickets. I wonder, did he ever think that that's what it would come to? But if you live anywhere in Chicago, then you know what I'm talking about, right? You go through that traffic light, you see that flash, you know what you got coming in the mail. Now, outside of his inventions, Morgan was an advocate for the African-American community, using his success to promote racial equality. He was also a notable entrepreneur, founding the Cleveland Call newspaper, which reported on issues relevant to the African-American community. He also was an amazing businessman. He owned several businesses, which demonstrated his versatility and contribution to the economic development of his community. We're going to close out our highlights for our legends, and we're going to move on to something a little bit more fun and lighthearted, which is trivia. You guys ready? Okay, so here's a little fun trivia fact. Claudette Colvin was famous for what? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to get your answer together. So if you chose answer D, then guess what? You're correct. Never knew that there was someone else besides Rosa Parks that actually had the same issue of being on the bus and not wanting to get up and actually being in jail for it. It's crazy. Learn something new every day. All right, are you guys ready for another trivia question? So if you chose answer B, then guess what? You are correct. Never knew that Sojourner Truth and Frederick Douglass worked side by side and had to split because their views didn't align. Well, I wonder what it would have been like if they would have stayed together and got through that. So our last trivia question of the day. Elijah Muhammad is famous for what? So if you chose answer C, then you are correct. Who would have knew? We had a great mentor and some more greats. Do you guys see what happens when you work together? Now, with so many people we wanted to highlight, but we couldn't do everyone all in this video. So what we're gonna do is break it down and give you guys Celebrity Myxer's 100 Pioneer List. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoy our coverage of Black History Month, Black Excellence Month as we like to call it. Now we're going to do another video later on this month to close out Black History Month. So please pop in the comments below and tell us who you feel like we should highlight, and we would definitely include them if possible. But it's your girl Alexus Renee. To stay up to date with more videos like this one, please go to celebritymyxer.com, Myxer with the Y. And remember, if you stay right here, you'll stay mixed in.